Dustin Rider Wiki.
Hey YouTube, Dustin Rider here with my review of FS0O or O0. This is the Frog Auxiliary Mech from Go Busters, part of my Go Busters revisiting series in honor of Beast Morphers next year. It's also going to be a formation video for Go Buster Kero-Oh, which is basically doing Go Buster-O, but instead of Rabbit, you replace this guy because if you couldn't tell, this guy is a remold of Rabbit. It's pretty much a tradition. This is a Sentai movie mech. I'm going to assume we're going to use him in Go Busters. Obviously, I already did. Time travel. No. In Beast Morphers, there's a chance we won't. Bandai of America skipped on at least one movie-related thing, but given that Go Busters doesn't have as many things, I get a feeling we will be doing this, so it probably won't be in a movie. But yeah, this is a movie mech in the show. Typically, the movie mechs are some sort of remold, recolor of one of the main Zords. In most cases, it's usually red or some sort of center guy, but in this case, it was the Frog. And as a design on his own, I actually do kind of dig him. He's not my absolute favorite, but I think it's actually a pretty clever remold of Rabbit. You know, you replace Rabbit's little tiny copter head with, he honestly looks kind of sad to be here. It's actually kind of heartbreaking, but with this frog face, you can actually open this up and he's got a little glove punch tongue, which I always thought was a really fun bit. When you take that off, you do have his little buddy-roid down there. Like, he's the most, like, dwarfed by his circumstance. Like, the other ones you can kind of see him, but he was just, like, totally engulfed by the mecha part. But yeah, like the design of like his legs and the back legs, you can see where it comes from Rabbit, but it really leans itself towards the Frog as well. You got these little thrusters back here, and he's got like a cannon, which is also kind of unique to him, and that's going to be the helmet for the Go Buster Kero. And then he's got these little missiles that you fire. There's 3 of them, so that's seconds of fun, but that's a thing. But yeah, overall, in his little frog mode, he's pretty neat. Not my absolute favorite, but he is kind of adorable. I do like him, and I think it was a pretty clever rendition of Rabbit. I'm honestly really curious how, like, if they planned that from the beginning, like, all right, we need to design a base that can work as 2 things, or if they, like, later design the movie mech like this after they've already designed the main mech. But yeah, pretty clever. His other modes aren't as really thrilling. They're kind of like submarine floating modes. Like, you fold these up, and there's 2 different modes for this. One of them basically just has you doing this, so this is kind of like frog marine, and then the other one is just folding these in, which you can also see if you're familiar with Rabbit, it comes from that, which is much more traditional submarine-y. So he's probably got the weakest, I think, of the different modes. Like, all the Go Busters ones, especially in the earlier days, have, actually all of them have, I don't know if I'm saying just earlier days, but all of them have multiple modes, and I think he's got the weakest selection of base modes without transforming him with anything, but his frog mode's at least adorable. Okay, to transform him, you're going to take this piece off. It's going to be separate. This piece as well. To prep it, you're just going to kind of have it like this. This piece, I'm going to take these off like this and put them here, and then separate this and take this piece off, set it aside, and you're basically going to have these already ready to be arms, and you can pull out little hands just like you can for Go Buster-O, so you can display it like that. But actually what you're going to want to do is fold these forward so they make these little claws. The craw. And then it's going to snap on here. Wait for it. There we go. So yeah, that's a lot cooler. Like I showed, you can do it like normal mode. You can put like any weapons that you might have from Go Buster Ace and all that stuff in there. But this definitely not only looks cooler, but it makes it stand out more, in my opinion. And this you're just going to leave on there. It just kind of stands there as it is. It doesn't like detach and go on the shoulder or anything like that. It's just, you know, as is. So I might actually get this one. There we go. Boom. All right, so now that that's all set, we're just gonna set everything out of the way and enjoy this beautiful white canvas. And no. Bring in, basically, Go Buster-O, just take away all the Rabbit parts. So, you know, it's really easy. Just snap these parts onto Go Buster Ace, and there you go. And then remove Gorosaki if you have it in there, and then the little cheetah head over there, just kind of get it out of the way, but you can put it back if you want. But yeah, it's super simple. It's like all these are usually. It's like you're replacing a component, and everything else is just like the same as you normally would. This back here stores, and moving the legs up or out is important because otherwise it's not going to fit. And this bit goes in here, goes in, there we go, and then I don't know why I'm doing that. I've lost it clearly. But the main event, the helmet. And you have Go Buster, Kero. And now he's like super zoomed in, way more than necessary. But yeah, there you have it. So I actually like this guy a little bit more in like show or in movie. He's a little bit too out. It doesn't translate as well into the toy. I like some of the stuff they're going for. Like, I really do like the helmet. I like the sort of scuba bit, and it incorporates like the way that the Buddyroid looks. I do like the frog coming out of here. I think that works. I really dig the claws, and then you have like this cannon here, but it doesn't flow as well in the toy. It looks very out of place. In a way, it almost looks like one of those weird bootlegs you see like at Big Lots. And because you can't bend his arms, it looks weirder. Like, it looks a little cooler there if you're sticking out his arm, but like when you see pictures, if you just look up this dude's design online in like the show footage, it looks cooler when he can bend his arms. Like, there's actually really cool bits to having like the cannon and stuff like that there, but it just doesn't translate as well into toy form. I'm really looking forward to seeing if they can improve this in any way in Hasbro's line. I really hope that they include some more articulation in one of the transforming versions, because if we could just turn like his elbows, that sounded weird, bend his elbows, turn his elbows, then it would really go a long way. Like I've mentioned in previous reviews how really subtle movements of articulation can really make the difference. Like even so much as him being able to turn his head would give him personality. But overall, this is a very okay auxiliary. I do like the frog mode. The other modes are kind of weak. It's neat to be able to combine it with this, and it has some neat aspects, but I don't think it pulls it off entirely. But I can only really recommend it to people that really, really like this Go Busters mech, or they are just a Go Busters completist. Anyway, that's about it. Until next time, if you like, comment, subscribe. Dawson Ryder, signing out.